Imagine a city within a city, vermilion walls, golden roofs, endless courtyards. This is the Forbidden City, the heart of Imperial China. At its core, the Imperial Harem. More than a collection of women, it was a machine built to serve the emperor. Here, ambition and fear mingled with the scent of incense. Every glance, every whisper could be a plot. Life was governed by countless unbreakable rules. The emperor's private life was a matter of state, his encounters choreographed with military precision. The women, consorts and concubines, were pawns in a high-stakes game of power and survival. Their world was one of luxury and suffocating control. The palace was not a home, but a fortress and a prison. Cut off from their families, the women's new family was the harem, a sisterhood bound by fate but divided by rivalry. All competed for the emperor's favor, the ultimate prize. The rules dictated who rose and who fell. The harem itself was a labyrinth designed to confuse and control. The emperor's bedchamber was the epicenter, the most protected place in the empire. For a woman chosen to spend the night, it was both a triumph and a test. Obedience, purity, and mastery of protocol were demanded. A single misstep could mean ruin or death. This was a world where every moment was watched, every action weighed. The harem was a gilded cage, its beauty hiding the harsh reality within. To survive, women had to be clever, cautious, and utterly disciplined. The stakes were nothing less than life, death, and the future of the dynasty. The emperor's favor could change a woman's fate overnight. But the system was designed to keep everyone in their place. The harem's rules were invisible walls, stronger than stone. In this world, power was fleeting, and danger was ever present. The Forbidden City's secrets were guarded as fiercely as its gates. The women inside lived lives of contradiction, pampered, yet powerless. Their stories are tales of ambition, sacrifice, and survival. The harem was a world apart, hidden, controlled, and unforgettable. To understand the Forbidden City, you must first understand the world within its walls. Here, every night was a battle, every day a test, and only the cleverest survived. Each night, the emperor's choice was set in motion by a silver tray of jade plaques. Each plaque bore a woman's name, her fate for the night. The emperor would turn one over, but the selection was far from random. Eunuchs controlled which names appeared, wielding quiet power through bribes and alliances. A woman's relationship with the eunuchs could determine her chances. The system was designed to prevent deep attachments, diluting the emperor's affections. A favored consort was a political threat, so the process kept power in check. The plaques turned intimacy into administration, a cold, calculated act. For the chosen woman, it was a fleeting victory, not an invitation, but a command. She became a vessel for the imperial line, her feelings irrelevant. The ritual was a tool of control, ensuring the emperor's heart never strayed too far. The eunuchs delivered the news, and the chosen woman began her carefully managed journey. Every step was watched, every outcome recorded. The system protected the dynasty from the unpredictability of love. The emperor's night was never truly his own. The women's fortunes rose and fell with the turn of a plaque. Power in the harem was always shifting, always uncertain. The game was relentless, and the stakes were life itself. In this world, chance was an illusion. Everything was orchestrated. The harem's machinery never stopped. Once chosen, the woman's transformation began. She was bathed in scented oils, her skin scrubbed to perfection. The bath was both ritual and security check. Her body searched for hidden threats, privacy vanished, her body belonged to the state. Afterward, her silks and jewels were left behind. Potential weapons forbidden. Instead, she was wrapped tightly in red silk, arms and legs bound. Helpless, she was carried by eunuchs to the emperor's chambers. The ritual stripped away her identity, reducing her to a role. Hours passed in preparation, each step reinforcing her vulnerability. She was no longer herself, but the emperor's consort for the night. The psychological weight was immense: anticipation, fear, and pressure to please. She entered the dragon's lair defenseless, her fate in others' hands. The process was designed to control, not comfort. Every detail was deliberate, every action symbolic. The woman's individuality was erased by protocol. Her journey was a test of obedience and composure. The harem's rituals left no room for error. The emperor awaited, and the night's performance was about to begin. In this world, perfection was demanded and humanity suppressed. The cost of failure was unthinkable. The journey to the emperor's bedchamber was a silent procession. Wrapped and helpless, the woman was carried by eunuchs, never allowed to walk or speak. The route was guarded, the silence absolute. No one could witness this nightly ritual. Upon arrival, a final inspection awaited. Only after the emperor's approval was she unwrapped and placed at the foot of the bed. She crawled under the covers from the bottom, never touching the emperor until in position. This act symbolized ultimate subservience. The encounter was ritual, not romance. Protocols dehumanized the moment, reinforcing the gulf between emperor and consort. She was a temporary guest, allowed entry only under strict control. The psychological toll was immense. Intimacy reduced to performance. Every night, the same rules, the same humiliation. The harem's power lay in its relentless enforcement of order. The woman's fate depended on her ability to endure. In this world, protocol was everything, and the cost of defiance was ruin. The emperor's night was never private. Outside his chamber, grand scribes recorded every detailed date, time, and the woman's name. These records established paternity, securing the dynasty's future. The scribes were guardians of legitimacy, their ink as powerful as any sword. They also enforced time limits. The emperor's pleasure was scheduled, not spontaneous. A chief eunuch would call out when time was up, reminding all that duty came before desire. The act was stripped of privacy, monitored and controlled. When finished, the woman was wrapped and carried out her fate noted by the scribes. The emperor was asked, should the seed be kept? If yes, the woman's potential pregnancy was tracked. If no, steps were taken to prevent conception. Every aspect of creation was managed by the state. The emperor's most intimate moments were matters of record. The system left no room for chance or secrecy. The harem's machinery extended to the very act of life itself. The emperor was as much a prisoner of protocol as the women. In the Forbidden City, nothing was left to fate. Control was absolute. Even a woman's natural cycle was state business. Menstruation was taboo. No woman could be with the emperor during her period. Eunuchs tracked every woman's cycle, removing her from selection when necessary. A red lantern outside her door signaled her status, a silent language of the harem. Some wore silver rings as discreet markers. Surveillance was constant, but women sometimes used it for agency, claiming to be unavailable to avoid selection. Deception was risky, but in a world of few choices, even small acts of defiance mattered. Control extended to the most private aspects of a woman's life. The harem's rules aimed to prevent love, but human nature defied them. Emperor Xuanzong's obsession with young Guifei shattered the system. Her family gained power, the emperor neglected his duties, and the court grew alarmed. A rebellion erupted, and young Guifei was blamed for the empire's downfall. Forced to choose, the emperor ordered her death, a brutal lesson in the dangers of love and power. Her story became legend, a warning that happiness had no place in the imperial court. The system was built for control, not emotion. Love was a threat, and the price was tragedy. In the harem, even affection could be fatal. The harem's women were not always passive. In 1542, a group led by Yang Jinying tried to assassinate the cruel Jiajing emperor. Their plan failed, betrayed by panic and a clumsy knot. The empress intervened, and the conspirators were executed with horrific brutality. The Renyin Palace rebellion shocked the empire, proof that even the most controlled environment could erupt in violence. The women's desperation was born of terror and oppression. Their rebellion was a cry for agency in a world that denied them everything. The harem was a pressure cooker, and sometimes it exploded. Even in the Forbidden City, the human spirit fought back. Control could never be absolute. Why such elaborate, cruel rules? One word: control. The harem was the ultimate tool of centralized power, managing desire to secure the dynasty. The emperor's body was a state asset, his heirs a matter of survival. Surveillance and protocol protected the throne from ambition and intrigue. Today, the Forbidden City is a museum, but its secrets linger. The harem symbolizes both oppression and hidden power. Its women were not just victims, they were players in a deadly game. The rules were a cage, but sometimes a ladder. The stories of ambition, sacrifice, and resilience still captivate us. The harem was a world of contradictions, luxury and suffering, power and powerlessness. Its legacy is complex, a monument to the lengths a system will go to control life itself. In the end, the dragon's bedchamber remains a symbol of the eternal struggle between control and freedom, and that is why its secrets endure.